surprised. Does NPP only understand criminal justice? And I said justice to mean say omunkrofo free debia. And I say obi kokota at all costs as ye jailino according to your perspective. And with the greatest respect, judges me and son assembly, so John Dramani Mahama on count. Me am tia me NDC ni men count. Judges ne mu mienu na na do dan Akufo-Addo na appoint on court of appeal. Okay. Say if this is near more cardia, there's a more brace on judges now influence your manner. Why are we doing this to this country?
Abusia Mamena was saying about discussions be echo so on Peace FM. Now would say NPP for some more can any say. Ye mame Sedina Tamakloe as see no appeal to Ejano say o mahwehwe ne nsemu oni boni bia eno nti onfa ne ho eni no asam no ebeto dwa no nsemu NPP for binom eka eni say the way a judgment no eba ye ne de kame aye say bibi ehyiase a there is some kind of political influence we na akwatia MP Bernard Bediako bedu was the question na obisa NPP for eni say na mo kan dia the question na obisa eni say tamwana na nado dan Akufo-Addo wo ho no sena judgment bi eba say ya na nisha ehyiase na senanado de no se answer no yes dia his excellency John Dramani Mahama wo sinebo akan kire NPP for say his excellency wo ni adaje a ode saa ade no because se momo dwen say nanado owo horo na wo yenti se Mahama nso ebe saa ade a Mahama is not going to do that today, tomorrow and the next day following. Enti wachira na dwen sanso na panelists na omo nso ewo program no so no obia achira na dwen e dia fa asem no na me dia asem a akotia MP all kanu if I'm baby me no because the NPP for mu accuse his excellency John Dramani Mahama say bia judgment na aba no nsa ehyiase dia na indirectly mu chele say emra na nanado owo ho no na owo influence on the court. It's a judgment being so eba bontin na o kan say ye ma me kwa ejeli no eni na nanado o sheda e na o ma ejeli no because of what NPP for e kan sisi ya Minia, my uncle tie nsemu a ekoso on Peace FM program no. Eso, mesro, unya and subscribe and subscribe area ma like video we no so unya bi enwe. Yanko po nshira, yanko hwe video no.
No, I mean I'm not a legal practitioner. Except to say me a paralegal. Na say court acquittal discharge. Obi. Na in criminal jurisprudence asem na making you not any general say or kwa overturn this decision. I don't think is known in criminal jurisprudence except to say civil law and sadie no be hum enti maame no so na ye criminal charge in the debo no the be cosnenti me from where I sit me jitum say attorney general na nkasa timi identify on record say and sem na omona state na the ball ma me no incomplete there na wantimi am fill in and now one draw court no attention say we any defects are well detected based on records now we ja ho na say judgment aba na ya acquittal ma me na discharging it there me message say attorney general say you should taxpayers money ko file bibia enko baby because o kind said almost e boapaye say ye kwan be ne fa so ma me ne be free no enti no ye ma to kro bi medo na ma me ne fa mu bi na momu no de ha me ne say 93 million okay kan nyina akra bo mu a odim say cost implication is I think is more than 500 million. Yes, more than 500 million. Ghana city nyen kwa de sika na ye ka ho asem enti sa 93 million no nyina say ye pese e kire say ni nyina no ko waste na asem na da ho na asem kase o enti sika fa ma me no sebi ne nsem a ya ka ho asem ya kantamanto emeyi ejahyeshi wo mu sika ya maami ekodi maami hu a ya ka ho asem ye o montima nkire ba bi esika no account ekotu mu ene ba bi ekodi ye no enti ye ja ho sa na.
Now, me person me bisa say, do people actually abscond from justice? My answer, me answer must say yes. We are told that Furiata is a fugitive of the court or of a law or something. We are absconding from justice. How do they do it? I am of the view that Madam Sedina Tamakloe went well. But the continuous stay there out of the judicial constitutes an abscond from justice. Unless anybody else and senior lawyer is here, if we can, but not to but that is my view. People do abscond from justice. In fact, today we are saying that she wasn't around to be heard. No, who's requires a local hospital? You're right. Who can hunting a yanti you cannot exonerate yourself from Sayu. And the last thing I'm person make a minimum in the time they say court Nankasan a duty to protect themselves from the public impression. When they near the object, I'm talking about the optics. People read some stories like, oh, Obetra NDC bar no aba, Oba Omube finally appeal. Then eventually she'll be.
No, an appeal was filed in 2024. I've told you.
What must education then? Say appeal was heard.
And there was a preliminary issue.
And today the storyline seems to be fitting. The object may be very, very true on legal grounds on this or that. Sincerely, let people not play or downplay the effect of the optics. None of that.
No. And again, it's linked to in some night Dejan. I'm so surprised. Does NPP only understand criminal justice? And I said justice to mean say omunkrof free debia. And I say obi kokota at all costs jailino according to your perspective. And with the greatest respect, judges me and son at Transam, so John Dramani Mahama on count. Me am tia me and this in men count. Judges ne move me no nanado dan Akufo-Addo appointee on call. Court of Appeal. Okay. Say if this is near more cardia, there's a more brace on judges now influence your manner. Why are we doing this to this country? If this is the benchmark, I'm say judge dia somewhere say your president in Ayadia and your bra mu jelly said in Amno. Muchmuko who high court judge nana. Prof, what in American has let's stop this. Let us stop this. So if more person would just a judge be a my decision, and your president now smart judge and so on, and you're not much high court judge and no jelly mamino. Sir judge, high court judge under your tenure, and man judgment free there. Other than a court of appeal, 3 wise men. And you at the end, you say, President, I didn't no. Me, a lawyer, I don't want to go into them, even though I have my, as a lawyer, a trained lawyer, maybe, as I'm a MP, now me whine dining or court. Me, and my personal opinion on the matter, and I have all the decisions. High Court, Court of Appeal, your friends saying submissions made by the learned Attorney General or the opposee, and then you can say, my minister lawyer stroke, marking kind in here, but then you mean any advocate. My minister lawyer, and Timin, I may be church, but to drag a minor also at the back and seminum as a spokesperson for the government, I would dispel it in a day. And then you have to know, and then they see, Mammy, you didn't some tone so. And I saw, send you didn't some token of free atas wound to be so sad started. Yeah, investigate you, Mammy, no ha. And now, yes, charge sheet against her. Yeah, they call court, Nini, no ha. Ye dina semwa no court debia kosi se osre court se the home for no peso to kwan when you get it osre court and a court granting these are facts, the order is there and now okoye no wa ma anti court to assembly shada no mountain kan om se no ombisa ne lawyer ntimi nka asem papa bia ye mra mu nso no because you are put on notice we are aware see ye di wasem. It is until and Attorney General at the time activate your friend is saying the provisions of trial in absentia, and the court admitted it. And a trial in absentia the course. Let me also state, and for those any lawyer, of course. But let me state to be on him criminal procedure near a say o lawyer no you so cross examine states witnesses no a brief one say o ka was my lawyer na be catch. It is all criminal trial bia ye bisa Attorney General no state no dey prosecute the case into ordinary na dance for beba or the na dance for ba omu gina da kem come asem the witness statement na ye so omu wi a o lawyer for be cross examine se ye wie bibia ke judge no e wo asede so be prove say ana obeka say o wo asema no yi ana say oni asema no yi it is all asema no yi a na say yakatcho say baby opin defense eti maame na preso ye say ye so wo asema no yi no opin defense no ni ho no abeka na asem but court no was satisfied say ebra ye ma wo se kobra no wa ma nti yetimi di wasem ene ye di ye NDC anye press conference NDC anye let's get the facts right NDC anye go release state one anye demonstration because emra na say ye na adwuma kosi so obo ye trial in absentia ma me ni ho ni edi asem ni wie jeli no NDC anye dede bia because President Mahama Gidi say osomo a eso obu akonta obi ankasa okroma oti on chairman NDC ni ba ko oyi press conference ene ye jeli ma me no any baby and taking steps for years no jelly no as at May 2024 and I'm lawyers President Akufo-Addo so tia kunya and I'm lawyers filing notice of appeal no and my met here frontier says and President Mahama ba ye and I'm taking advantage and I will explain to you the entire chair and throw doors do Mammy filing notice of appeal in May 2024 and I go Fred Amie Attorney General. And I'm so surprised some whose statement be a Godfrey Damia release it. Or see no nim. In fact, so see no nim that you will be the most incompetent Attorney General. Because a lot of things happened. Or finally, the state also filed a document, kind judgment, and read the judgment. What kind of judgment now? Court of Appeal for STT, I was paragraph 35. Let me read it to you. On better on your course. Mamin can be a mechanical. Uni Mammy filing notice of appeal no. And a state oppose car say or your fugitive or nigga and you're heading for you into only right to sort of file appeal. They had to go through this. The court had to hear the matter, not determine say indeed as appeal. So that is what delayed the thing because there was even a preliminary issue of whether Mammy bet me I appeal or not. So read 35. Me I knew about it, but we are here. Court of Appeal also even mentioned it, and they dealt with it in the 94 and 97 PJ. Also, the respondent's preliminary legal objection, respondent the estate, or Court of Appeal is dealing with it. My lords, I previously mentioned the respondents raised and contended a preliminary legal objection in its written address. Address no some state wom say maame no need right so be appeal because of a fugitive of justice, and this is what the Court of Appeal said about that matter. The respondent asserted that the appellant was a fugitive from justice who had absconded from the jurisdiction of this court and consequently was not entitled to invoke the appellate jurisdiction of this court to challenge her conviction and sentence. It's not law. But I know the all kind of it. But this means said there was an earlier contention. Some crony rights obey appeal, and the Attorney General is saying you him. What? Was you him? So let's stop. Nyaya me and some bebre wom me nkom bebre because if you tell me and the Court of Appeal dealt with it say okay so be cause financial loss to the state. Ekowie bradi pandi sikadiako. Now, minor risk. This woman never was the one that paid the money. My no 2 years cano. So sign contract now. And Yanado Danko Akufo-Addo are buying and a bit 2 years cano. So the Court of Appeal is saying that the ingredients improving say Obia more minor risk cano and we pay. This is what the Court of Appeal is saying. Omunim chen yan yati he ni awomrem. Enti omo say no, the ingredients no enkowie say what sign agreement. Ekowie ni tua. Ni tua no so nya maame ni tua. So if there was anything wrong with it, whoever paid the money should not have paid. This is what the Court of Appeal is saying. But in the learned Attorney General currently inherited a assemble was serving notices on the Court of Appeal and Yadrin. It's your Supreme Court. I hear so be a sentence. Really? In fact, as I speak to you, I file a notice to stay the execution of the judgment. Actually, say near court akasi enjoy maame nansa no. Attorney General said no on peneso. Na de no case or yes on can here. Court na akasa nki enti baby. But Attorney General no so on peneso. Let us give him the benefit of the doubt. Indeed, you are to forcing a trial. Our High Court. A black court ne ka so or case to answer. Case to answer no. Owie ya no. ono kwaya appeal say only case to answer only sa court na nya adwen okoye court of appeal ene yewra atofo se ya adwen say he doesn't have a case to answer and then another Danko Akufo-Addo and also John Dramani Mahama na court of appeal judge. Look enna nansenya special prosecutor say me attorney general view about special prosecutor Supreme Court and should be down. Do you know the number of cases attorney general will well lose court? Because judiciary no ultimate nkyerɛ on beka. But in this case me makase ade so key was ade we mu no said the woman was not heard but enya court in form so let me stress it as a lawyer me gitum say enya court in form so but the fact that din nya mu no maame no yentie na asem enti ne ye kagu ni so ne yete say na ken dey trust me and say bebre ka fa ken ho kyena so be gina that can say enya ni nya na ebetia prove ebetu kra ba say ni nya no kra but in the meantime there you can say 100 count 500 count by the planning opportunity no so can asem na better na say mami it is on record say she was not heard near you can any our first sika why you say and I'm surprised say ne me nua be say 90 million then no onyane in fact one of the cases I na make can say sika na kasa kra no of year contract we oja obi na betua how do you say mami na dia it is a sikano say no person or say sikano maame na afadia ene ekobisa de otua sikano eye kanoforiata NFI
afi 2 minutes na me de ma wona afi na start where the old na we come 2 minutes
so what I'm saying is that yanti asiase ye de emra na ekekere o man no say obi ene ye ka say court of appeal pro na wuntumi after you convicted no also your